guys, so today, by popular demand, I'm doing my first ever DIY video. I told you guys in a Q&A that I make lots of natural homemade face masks and you were keen to see some recipes, so these are 4 of my absolute favourites. So something for everyone's skin type, I feel, and they're mainly using ingredients you just find in your pantry, so super easy and quick. For mask number 1, I'm taking some brown sugar, some organic coconut oil. This is virgin coconut oil. It's amazing for cooking, for your skin, just for everything in life basically. And I'm also taking some frozen mango. I do usually use peaches with this face mask, but there was none at the supermarket. There was no fresh or frozen ones, so I figured mango would be fine. Mango's still really beneficial for your skin, plus it smells delicious. So I'm just squashing that all down and making it into kind of a pulpy concoction. Next you want to add about 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. I actually went in later and added a few more because this is a bit more than I would usually make for one mask. And depending on the weather where you live, you might just be able to pour the coconut oil in. But we're going into winter soon in New Zealand, so I had to pop mine in the microwave. So just pour that in. And then you just want to mix it all together. Look guys, I know the thing with natural masks is they don't look too flash, but seriously they feel amazing on your skin, so don't worry about how they look. They're fine once they're actually on your skin. You can leave it there for a very gentle exfoliant. I'm adding a bit more brown sugar because I wanted to have a really nice scrub. So once you're done, the consistency should look something like this. Now to the bathroom. You want to get a brush to apply the masks with. I'm modeling my beautiful robe and towel headband, which is really cute. This is what I wear when I do my face masks usually. I'll link it up down below. So I'm just applying that all over. I just put it on with a brush and then I go in with my fingers and scrub it all in there so my skin gets nice and exfoliated. And this one smells so nice. It smells like brown sugar, like golden syrup pudding. It's so good. My skin feels so soft after this one. Here's a close-up showing you the little granules. So then you just want to leave it on for 10 to 20 minutes and wash it off, and your skin will be so glowing and fresh and smooth. Next mask I like to call my acne clearing mask. It's what I do when my skin is playing up a bit. So you need half a lemon, some honey, a few drops of tea tree oil, and also some plain unsweetened yogurt. Could use sweetened yogurt, it's not the end of the world, but I feel like the plain one is really beneficial. So you want to put a few dollops of yogurt in a bowl and squeeze in some lemon. I don't use a whole half a lemon, I just kind of do a little dash of juice. Then you want to add a few drops of tea tree oil. Unfortunately mine doesn't have a dropper, so I just like kind of go for it and chuck some in there. So as you can see, this is quite a milky mask once it's finished, and I like having the yogurt in there because it keeps it still nice and hydrating. I've got more like dry combination skin, so this definitely isn't a really rough mask, but having the tea tree oil and the honey in there really helps with your scarring and any active breakouts, and I just find that it works so well and it makes your skin feel so amazing when you wash it off. So again, I'm just applying that with a brush and enjoying myself. I love putting masks on. I don't know about you guys, but I just find it so relaxing. So I love making this part of my evening routine. This one I actually leave on a little bit longer. I usually have it on like 30 to 40 minutes. Third mask we have is a moisturizing mask. So if you have really dry skin that tends to get flaky, this one is perfect for you. You need an avocado. I usually just use half an avo. By the way, all these masks, if you do make too much, they keep in the fridge for like 3 to 4 days, so you can reuse them. Once I mash up the avo, I put in a few dollops of honey and then about half a teaspoon of olive oil and mix that all up. This mask is just beautiful. You've got vitamins A and E in the avocado, vitamins B3 and B6 in the honey, which is so moisturizing. Now to apply, I'm sure when you do this at home, you would actually use a ripe avocado. Mine wasn't very ripe, but for the sake of the video, I just had to like use it and kind of chop it up and dice it up. So usually this mask does go on a lot smoother, so rest assured it's not going to be quite so chunky, but honestly doesn't matter if there's little lumps and chunks hanging out, because as long as you get the product all over the surface of your skin, it's still going to target and moisturize those dry areas. This one is definitely a traditional face mask colour, like those girls in the movies who come out with bright green face masks on. Looking fly. Again, I'll leave this on for about half an hour, but I have left it on for like an hour before, and all that happened was that my skin was super plump and rejuvenated, so I don't think it really matters when you're using such natural ingredients how long you leave them on for. I'd love to hear from some of you guys who try this mask and the next mask, because they are both so moisturizing. They honestly change my skin when it's feeling really dry and dull. So the very last mask I have to show you is a rejuvenating mask. The key ingredient to this is the cucumber, so you just want to grate it up. I find this really quick and easy. You could use a food processor if you have one, but this works just as well. I just kind of dice it up after I grate it, and it goes a bit more of a mushy paste. The next ingredient in this mask is more unsweetened plain yogurt. The reason I'm using a lot of yogurt as a base for these masks is because it has lactic acid in it, which is so good for your skin. It smooths out any rough, dry areas. You might also note that I left the watery part of the cucumber in the mask. I just feel like this is the magic maker of this mask. Like, it makes my skin feel incredible. But if you did want it to have a thicker consistency, you could drain the water out of the cucumber and then it would be more like yogurty in texture, if you know what I mean. But what I do is I just kind of scoop it and then buff it into my skin, as you can see here. This mask makes the biggest difference in my skin. I usually leave this on for about 20 to 30 minutes and my skin is like I have been born again. I'm like a newborn, fresh from the womb when I use this mask. It is amazing. So there we have it. Those are my 4 favorite natural, easy face masks that I just do at home. They work so nicely and I'm really excited to share them with you guys, so I hope you enjoy them. Leave me a comment down below of any masks you like to make. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and let me know what kind of DIYs you'd like me to do next, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye! Right, I'm gonna put this in your mouth and then around. No, just in. Okay.